Hello everyone, it has been an awful long time since I have vlogged, so a big hello. If you are new to my channel, then hi, my name is Miss Paris, and on my channel you can find tips, advice and information on teaching, as well as following along with my own personal journey. So if that's something that interests you, go consider checking out some of my other videos and subscribing. Today is Saturday the 19th of February. It is the first official day of half term and my arms are shaking because I've just been to the gym. But yes, so I thought I would do a little vlog about half term as a teacher. My half term actually kind of started yesterday, Friday the 18th, due to Storm Irwin, is that how you say it? I can't remember. But yes, we were in red alert, so schools were shut, and I kind of set the children some work, some remote learning, and then did lots of CPD, so that's how my day was filled. Today it's now just gone like 12:30. I went to the gym this morning, which I was going to film, but it was so busy, it was so windy on the way there and the way back that you literally couldn't hear anything, so I just didn't bother. But I did some circuits where we had different kind of workout stations. There was some like squats, some mountain climbers, some dumbbells thingies, but yes, quite fun. Made me feel very energized, and I'm kind of looking, just looking at myself in the camera a bit, I'm kind of looking okay because I've just come off a call and I have another coaching call tomorrow. So that will be exciting. I look forward to that. So if you've never seen my content before, you'll know that I do achievement lists and not to-do lists. So this was mine from yesterday. It was quite optimistic because these trainings took absolutely ages. So I had some trainings to do, Insta Reel, which I did, reflect on video. These two I'm nearly done, but I refused to tick it until I was officially done. Medium term plans, they're still not available for my schools, so I haven't been able to plan. History, ring HMRC, never a chore we like to do. And then I need to send an email. Now, if you're wondering why I call them achievement lists, this is because it is for, well, essentially it is for a mental health, mental well-being reason. I always find that with to-do lists, it is a pressure because you have to do it all. Whereas with an achievement list, you tick off what you have done and you see them as achievements. You celebrate your successes of what you have managed to do that day, rather than being like, right, I've ticked all of these things, but I still got to do these things. And as a teacher, your to-do list never ends. It just doesn't. It's never finished. And I think this is a reason, oh, we're going into dark. This is a reason why it's just so good to have achievement lists, because you don't kind of beat yourself up for finishing. And I know as a trainee or an ECT, it is very easy to say like, right, I haven't finished my whole to-do list, so I'm not going home until it's done, or I'm going to carry on working till 10 PM until it's done. It's never going to be done. So there's no point getting super stressed and super overwhelmed about it when it's just, they can be done tomorrow or the day after. I know sometimes it's not possible, but just calling it an achievement list is just, such a different mindset. Now I'm just checking the weather in Dorchester because today, for well-being reasons, we were meant to be going to Sculpture by the Lakes, which I've never been to before, so I'm really excited. But basically it's like 26 acres of sculpture, botanical gardens, lakes, really, really beautiful. And both my partner and I, we love nature and walking, so I just thought, how perfect. But looking at it, it's going to be raining and windy. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Because, it would be at least like kind of 40-minute drive. And I'm not sure. Oh, it's such a shame. Right, well, it might improve by the time we have to leave. Or not. Right, well, scrap that plan then. Oh, what a bummer, that's such a shame. Has anyone else been really affected by the storm? I think the Isle of Wight, which isn't too far from us, it hit like a record for the most powerful wind gust or something, which is just bonkers. On the walk to the gym, there were some kind of tree branches that had fallen down, and then some fence panels, posts, whatever they're called, that kind of were flown away. But we haven't, it doesn't look too bad. So let's pray that that ends, but I'm not sure because I can't really take nice pictures and things when it's raining. Oh, what a bummer. Right, so my partner is out right now. He's got a driving lesson. So I am going to just finalise a few things, try and finish that week 4 English, and then see if the weather gets better. Oh, I'm so gutted, but right, let's just be productive. So you may have noticed that I said week 3 and week 4. So I am actually ahead of planning, and that's kind of the thing that with this school is allowing me to have a better work-life balance, because in previous positions I was kind of planning for the next day, and it was just exhausting. And then sometimes my team teachers would be like, we don't like it, can you replan? So my break and lunch would be spent replanning these lessons. But in this school, brilliant, I am up to date and ahead, which is lush. So I just thought it would be interesting to go through one of the lessons. Now, for context, we are working on non-chronological reports in year 1, and it's on the royal family. So if I just show you quickly. Okay, so the format for lesson plans change for every school, I feel, but our school wants the term, the week, the lesson number, the topic, and the date on their first slide. So this is it. Then we have our lesson overview. So lesson 1, as you can see here, it's just finding information, which is Wednesday. And this is quite unique, I feel, but we have changed our planning so that we have 2 English lessons on Wednesday and Thursday, 2 math lessons on Monday and Tuesday. So rather than having 1 per day, we've kind of like joined them together, which is kind of nice sometimes, because if you run over in one, you can just run over to the next English lesson, but also from a planning perspective, because really if you think about it, we finish English on Thursday, and then I don't really need to be doing any English planning until potentially Tuesday evening for the Wednesday. So it gives a nice long time for you to try and get ahead of other things or get ahead of the marking. So you know, you're not on a Friday and suddenly have 4 pieces of marking potentially to catch up on, which is also really, really nice. Next slide, we have the teacher notes. Now this is a new thing that they wanted as part of remote learning. So this was done last year, remote learning, but they still wanted to keep it in because we are still uploading everything to Teams, so that if there are any children absent, they can still go along with it. So sometimes it's called teacher notes, sometimes it's called, you know, parent/caregiver notes. But yeah, we just kind of briefly go through what we are doing. My school likes clear steps to success, which always has to be in green. So here, for example, for our non-chronological report, we need a heading, we need to underline the heading, we need linked facts, we need capital letters at the beginning, capital letters for names and places, full stop at the end, and to check. Now, my class are quite good at this if you prompt them. So if you go, what do we need at the end of a sentence? They go, oh, full stop, and then they'll add it. But independently, they still forget. They kind of just rush to the end and they're like, whoa, I finished my sentence, and then forget. So steps to success is kind of there to help limit that and help them to be accountable for their learning, which is teacher standard 2 if you're watching this as a trainee or an ECT. So again, here, this is what we will be doing, so that we have some live modelling in the class. So we will display a flip chart paper from Recalling Facts lesson. So what does the Queen look like? We will, as the class, kind of discuss what she looks like and then put some keywords on the board. And then as part of this, we will kind of go through good examples, but ones that could be improved, and then some examples that we would like to see from the children. So here is one of those that could be improved. So I've made it kind of difficult in this one. In my future ones, I've kind of missed capital letters and full stops. It says, the Queen is a beautiful old lady and she has grey hair. She lives in Buckingham Palace with her dogs and husband. Oh, actually, she doesn't now. Oh, hang on. Oh, I need to remove that. He's no longer with her dogs, full stop. She runs the country. Okay, so it's good. You know, I would be very happy if some of my children wrote this. But again, it's just expanding those sentences and just using, you know, more words really, you know, more complex words. So what does the Queen look like as a model example? The Queen is a beautiful old lady and she has grey curly hair, she wears pearls, earrings, and she is posh. The Queen has blue eyes and she likes to wear hats. Because a lot of these, obviously it's very difficult to make all paragraphs phonetically plausible words, which means you can just use your phonics to write the words. But you know, they do have to kind of practice writing trickier words or words that they might not know the spelling of, but just trying, because a lot of mine will sit there until you notice like 5 minutes later they've just been sat there, and the reason is I don't know how to spell it. Well, have a go and then I'll correct it, or ask me, or you know, check the board for the tricky words, all that kind of stuff. So I think because of the impact of COVID, we're really trying to bridge that gap of dependence, because when they were doing remote learning, if they did remote learning, they had that one-to-one parent support next to them, whereas now we've got 30 kids, we physically can't do that, and they are, at least my class, are very dependent. If you're in Key Stage 1, let me know if it's the same with your kids. So we're trying to, you know, get them a bit more independent. So here's some useful words I put as a reminder, like this is what will be displayed while the children work. And then we will do the same kind of lesson structure, but this time for where does the Queen live? So again, we've got our model, which could be improved, and then the model that we like, which is, you know, the Queen lives in Buckingham Palace, this is in London, etc, etc. Oh, I need to remove, I still keep thinking that Prince Philip is alive. The Queen lives with her, save that. Okay. And then afterwards, I will have the steps to success again for both, and then the useful words. So it's kind of, it's quite a nice structure, like you can see where the lesson's going, you know what comes next. So for my team teacher who won't have necessarily seen this before the lesson starts, she can kind of get to grips with the lesson structure. And we've also got some live modelling on this display, this flip chart paper, sorry. So yeah, that's just one example. In this case, we don't have a plenary, and because this is our first lesson on the royal family, we also don't have a little quiz time, but normally in order to help knowledge get into the children's long-term memories, we do retrieval quizzes at the beginning. So you might think these inputs are quite long. I think they're quite long personally. In my teacher training, I was always told, like, keep input to a minimum, you know, don't go on forever, but in these schools they are quite long, they are quite lengthy, and they do this so that the children can feel as supported as possible and have the opportunity to ask questions. So normally round about, you know, after the teacher notes, we would have a retrieval quiz. So next lesson it will be like, what does the Queen look like? Something like, who does the Queen live with? So on and so forth. So yeah, just as a little insight for you. One last thing that I've noticed as an observation talking to people, both trainees and qualified teachers, is that they'll often know what to do, but they don't know how to implement it. They don't know how to apply this to their life. So they're like, yes, I know I need to do this, but I just can't. Like, I have too much to do. I've got this, I've got that. I don't know how to apply it. So they have these ideas and they have these tips, but they're not using it because they don't understand how. So we've just added it in and it smells so good. I've still got the spices to go, so we will add that in just a second. So that looked a bit gross, but that is now smelling like how we think a chow mein smells. I've got to add the garnish, some water, and then I'm going to combine the noodles with it. So tasty, look at it. Hello everyone, so it's like 9 PM something. Just finished, well I say just finished, ate the chow mein, then cleaned up. Oh my god, it was so good, just so good. And yesterday we also did a HelloFresh meal. I think it was like parsley puree with onion and mango chutney, gravy and caramelized onion sausages, and then carrots and peppers that were put in the oven with like some kind of Jamaican barbecue seasoning thing. And that's one thing I love about HelloFresh, is that they like put loads of flavors together that I would never ever put together. I mean, who would have thought onions and mango went together? I mean, bonkers. So delicious. I'm just winding down for the evening. I could do some work, but I just can't be bothered, to be honest. Earlier, and I did try and vlog a little bit, but it was just too windy, so I kind of took a silent audio clip on my phone. But we went for a walk down the beach, and because of the storm, all of the pavements, like the walkways, they were just covered in sand, and there were like mini sand dunes where there's normally just plain concrete. I took a video which I'll post here, and everything was just covered in sand, and there was a really beautiful sunset which I will try and put some pictures up, because my boyfriend took some pictures. It was really, really beautiful. I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.